In November 2016, Sophie and I headed to Malawi with Concern Worldwide to witness the work they do to aid and enhance the livelihoods of local communities throughout the country. Malawi is struggling in the midst of a food crisis, but through this adversity, we found a warm and colourful country, full of positive stories and friendly faces. I wanted to learn more about the work Concern does in communities here and discover some of the local food culture along the way. It's been a fascinating and inspiring trip so far, and today we're headed to visit a sugar plantation in central Malawi. Sugar is one of the world's biggest agricultural commodities, and sugarcane is a cash crop for local farmers here in Malawi. I use sugar in my cooking all the time, but I've never tasted it quite like this. So I start peeling it like this?
Using your mouth.
Use my mouth?
Yeah.
This looks like a piece of bamboo, and you're suggesting I do this with my mouth?
Yeah.
Okay. Jesus, I'd take the teeth out of me. It's incredibly sweet.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. It's really, it's like a really light sweetness. Do you spit out the bit that are...
Yeah.
No, you have to kind of like tear it off. I know, it's really tough. Here, let me get a piece for you.
You're just eating all of it.
No, I'm taking the bit off for you. This is what happens when you have your wife in the field. Quite literally. I aim to please. I've now lost about 3 teeth, but this is all worth it. So you take a chew of it. Like, well, yeah, it's a bit woody. Do you like it? You can take that home now. You'll appreciate the next time we bake a cake, huh?
Enjoy your chocolate cakes now. YouTube.
Come on over here. We are going to meet these villagers, and they're giving us quite a warm welcome. This village received a fish pond as a gift from Concern. Due to lack of rainfall, the pond is nearly empty, and the villagers are doing their best to maintain it and feed their families with the little food they have. As usual, there's a welcome dance for us. Oh, and a short play. And the fish, where did the fish come from? How many villagers will this feed? Have they caught any today?
Yes.
Maybe we can see it being cooked. So, there's absolutely no knife being used here to gut the fish. She's just using a twig. Are you the main cook of the village, or who does all the cooking? She's just told me that the women in this village are actually the best cooks in all of Malawi? The whole of Malawi. Okay. This is like no fish stew I have ever seen before. She's basically putting them straight in a dry frying pan, or if you could call it that. And now she's going to add some tomatoes and a little bit of water, and it's a really basic fish stew. Oh, that's really good. Yeah. Really good. It's really flavourful. Just a little bit of salt and you have a perfect dish. And I can see with a bit of enzima, this is going to be delicious.
Will we do that? I think they're very excited about some blonde hair. What? Will we do this one? Let's do that one. We saw the market here and we just wanted to have a look. It's the one place we always go to when we travel, so we have to see what they have to offer.
Are we going to have a look?
Yeah.
Right. So apparently this is one of the biggest markets here. They have hardware, they have fish, they have meat, they have vegetables, and these guys are playing some drafts here with some beer can tops. This really is a market with everything you could possibly want. Tire belts, toys, knives, Tupperware, swords, enamel, dishes here. Local DJ, shoe repair guy, solar panels. Sophie just tying her shoes there. I feel like I had that one back in the 90s. The music.
Yeah, music, nice music.
And what I've just noticed is some Kerry Gold instant full cream milk powder. I never thought I would see something Irish in a market stall like this, but there you go. What it looks like to me is basically intestines wrapped around tripe, essentially the stomach. Bizarre. I mean, this is like if you were to serve this up at home, it would just be too weird. What we're looking at here is the bottom. Chris, is it true? The first thing he came up to me and he whispered in my ear and went, "You know what this is? It's the bottom." If you want a side of potato chips with intestines, this is the place to come. Very nice. Bit of salt. This guy wants to be on camera here. Come all the way to Malawi and I'm eating a few chips. I'm very excited because we're heading down deep into this field where they grow sweet potato. Now, sweet potato is a new crop for Malawi, and the reason they grow it is because it's quite nutrient dense, and I'm really excited because we're actually going to cook with it, and we're going to cook something special. This is a local variety, whereas this is a crop that Concern is promoting, which is basically an orange flesh sweet potato. And this sweet potato is jam-packed with vitamin A, and not only that, it also matures much quicker than this local variety. The sweet potato crops are helped by this treadle pump, which irrigates the fields in the dry season. Do you think maybe I could give it a go? Okay. Wow. And you can actually, as I'm doing this, you can see the water pumping up the pipe, and I mean that pipe has gone literally around the field. It's also a pretty good workout.
Yeah.
Johnny is going to make us some sweet potato donuts, yes? There's a bit of a language barrier, but we'll be fine. Handful?
Not hand.
No.
Use a spoon.
Oh, a spoon, sorry. I could have done it with my hand, come on. Smashing up the sweet potato, and I'm guessing this is going to get added straight into the batter. The stove that we're using is known as an eco stove, and a lot of the villages have these because they don't require too much wood to keep hot, and they keep hot for quite a lot of time. These are part of the Concern gift.
Hey, you boy.
What? Sorry.
Shut up, please.
Shut up, please. Shani, you're a great crack, I love you.
So bang is a flower, you know.
Ah, Shani, you're getting it all over the place.
Look, come on, look at this. Look at this.
Made a pig's ear of it. There's a few lumps. Shani doesn't like lumps. This is like no deep fat fryer you've ever seen before.
Huh? Sing one.
Sing a song for you? I tell me ma when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. They pull me hair and told me come, but that's alright till I go home. She is pretty, she is Now you do one for me.
Oh girl, I'm so good, lady. It is so much. Oh girl, I'm so good, lady. It is so much. Sing with me.
I don't know the words. Try me again. What was the They're still really hot. They are beautiful. I mean, they're not too sweet. You get that really filling taste from them. And the great thing is they have that wonderful golden crunch on the outside. Not only have the crops for these sweet potatoes been helped by those treadle pumps, we also have cooked them on one of these fantastic eco stoves, but we also have the sweet potato, which is a rich source of vitamin A and high in nutrients, the perfect food for these villagers, and they taste pretty good too. So
Sokoma.
Zokoma.
We made our way through the countryside to see Christopher and Lillian, who have experienced firsthand the devastating effects of climate change. Their failed crops have left them and their 6 grandchildren struggling for food. What sort of difficulties have you seen from when you were younger to the time we're in now?
Mene vula irugwera. Mbewu sirulola chifukwa cha vula. Komanso fetereza kusokwa fetereza. Ndalama yoti tugule fetereza kusowa. Ndiye nchifukwa chake zinthu zimenezi tukhala ngati nthawi iliyonse mavuto.
As soon as we arrived in that village, despite the warm welcome, the one thing I think both of us noticed was the tone was different.
They still had the welcoming dance and singing, but as soon as that stopped and people settled in, the kids weren't as loud and excited. They were all...
There was a seriousness to the mood in the village,
Yeah.
and that was because they were really in need. I asked, how are you, and how are you today? And the lady responded to me that she was hungry. I was trying to figure out what it was. Was it anger? Was it frustration? But actually, when it came down to it, and when I was kind of talking to you in the car, it was just despair. It was despair that no matter how much work they had done, no matter how much training to be as resourceful as possible with what they had, they still couldn't get enough to feed the village. When we were saying goodbye, we were really shaking hands. We were really, he was so appreciative that we were coming and visiting his village. And I think from our point of view, we're not doing very much. We're going and visiting. But if I can take my takeaway and my responsibility from this trip is to spread this message as far and as wide. And if you can donate, please do, because it's just so, so important.
Yeah.
I mean, you see it when you visit villages just like that one. The people of Malawi face many challenges, such as drought, hunger, and malnutrition. But it's their spirit, in spite of such adversity, which will be my lasting memory of the country. The work Concern does here to improve the livelihoods of people in local communities is life-changing. If you can, donate or buy a gift and help make a change.